Let me know if this is accurate. You wake up in the morning, you check your iPhone, you scroll through a bunch of apps, see if you get new messages on those apps, and then you do this for like an hour, 2 hours, all while laying in your bed. And then you wake up and then you do something that's just the same boring old stuff that you do every single day. Now, you do feel kind of empty, right? I mean, I know I would, and I know I have. This video, we're going to talk about how to live your dream life, because living a life that you control and make up is something that is actually very doable. Now, if you want to live a life that you actually want to live, you can put it out there and control how you approach that life. Okay, so let's talk about the first thing, finding a new challenge. For me, it was surfing. And surfing was able to fill this need where I was able to challenge myself while not having to have any societal pressures such as being successful or being good in competitions. I was just on my own surfing and enjoying it because it was a fun challenge. And surfing was something that was good for me because it gave me a sense of pride in what I was doing. If you don't know what sort of challenges you might want to try something that brings you out of your comfort zone so that you can have a sense of achievement once you accomplish it. Your challenge could literally be anything, like investing in Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, or starting to cook, or starting to do painting. It's whatever brings you out of your comfort zone so that you can have a new sense of accomplishment. Okay, next is to find your essential needs. And to find your essential needs, I'm talking about the things that you absolutely can't live without. That is food and shelter. Food is the things that you want to eat. Now, of course, you could eat ham, cheese, and peanut butter sandwiches every day, and I'm sure that's not really preferable. So feel free to be able to add a bit more to this. Like, I personally have a set budget for what kind of foods that I can cook and how often I go out. Now, most of my budget is towards food because I've recently learned to find a new challenge in culinary arts. Like, I love discovering flavors and how different flavors interact with the food that I eat. So that helps me save money, and it also lets me eat really good food. Finding shelter is also the second most important thing that you need. For me, living by the beach was a very important thing for me. I was a huge surfer, and I loved surfing so much because it helped empower my life and it gave me a challenge or a purpose to keep going. I valued living by the beach a lot, so I had to make that a priority. And that's the same with you too. If you like doing art, for example, or if you're a beer connoisseur, it might be beneficial for you to be downtown somewhere where there are a lot of bars or there's a thriving art scene. It really depends on what you want. So those are the things that I would put into consideration, just where you want to be and what kind of lifestyle that you want to live. Lifestyle is one of the most important things to building happiness for yourself. You have to think of how you want your life to be, and no one else can do it for you. So whether you want to be a graphic designer in the city, a surfer in the beach, or an artist, it really depends what lifestyle you want to live and what comes with that lifestyle. So plan accordingly. It's okay to plan close to where the moment is right now, but it is wise to be able to plan a bit further in the future. Like for now, it could be good to rent, but maybe you think 5 years from now you'd like to own your own place or you'd like to have something more stable. What I like to keep in mind is if you can afford rent and food for an entire month, that's good. You can relax for a little bit. If you can afford food and rent for another month, you could essentially kind of relax for one whole month. As long as you're confident enough that you can make that rent and food again in the time that you have in that month. And as you keep building more and more savings, you're able to afford more relax and downtime. Ultimately, you need to understand what finances you need to be able to feel this lifestyle that you want to live and to be able to live comfortably under those finances and those budgets. Struggling mentally while being financially very rich is a very poor option. And on the flip side, if you were just chasing a ton of pleasure while being dirt poor, that is also a very poor choice. So make sure you balance things out so your lifestyle isn't too volatile so that you can have a bit of prediction in the future. That way you can sustain living this way. And finally, think of the people and the relationships that you value in your life. And for me personally, these are the people that really bring you up and add energy to your life. Sometimes you hang out with people or you're around people and you notice that at the end of it, you're feeling very drained. Those are the people that you don't want in your life. When you sense that, you keep a distance and you don't bring them into your world. And I don't mean don't help these people. Try your best to help these people. But many times people don't want to change unless they want to be changed. So you can do your best, and if they don't change, you have to let it go. And sometimes it's sad, and sometimes you wouldn't want it like that, but for your own mental health and for your own benefit, you have to let certain things go. And when you can let go of the things that have been holding you back, you open your world to awesome new relationships. Think of the mission that you have in life and what kind of people that you'd like to welcome into your life for that. For example, with me, I have a lot of creative friends, a lot of artist friends, and a lot of friends in the self-development community. And I believe the community I'm in is a community that values a better world. And once you find your core group of friends, or these friends that you want to have in your life, foster these relationships, because they're hard to find. They're not easy to find. People that genuinely want the best for you aren't easy to come by. And a hint of how you can find out who are actually good friends is to be genuine in caring yourself, like actually genuinely want the best for your friends. And if they reciprocate as well, you know that's a great friend. And if they don't reciprocate, then maybe this is somebody that is not that good of a friend. You can keep them close, you can keep them far, but you may be expecting too much if they're not reciprocating what you're putting out there. All right, to summarize all of this, first things first is to find a new challenge, to find a challenge in your life that you don't have any societal pressures to do, and to tie your lifestyle into what that challenge represents. For me, it was surfing. I dove head into surfing, and I still surf all the time, and I still love the sport of surfing. But now I have different priorities, such as business building and YouTube, so I'm here more. Second is to understand your core essentials and how your finances play into that. Now, if you want to live a life of super luxury, you might have to work a bit more, or if you want a pretty humble life, you might be able to get by just working a humble job. And the last thing is to know the relationships that you want in your life. Like, know the people that empower you, that strengthen you, that you want in your circle, and know the people that are bringing you down so that you can keep them either at bay or you can keep them at a safe distance. Life is largely under your control. You can live your dream life if you want. All you have to do is figure out what the puzzle looks like, so then you can start putting those pieces together. Thanks a lot for watching. Make sure you click this to subscribe and watch my other videos, and let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.